I'm an alcoholic.
I'm an alcoholic. We're
And
best friends.
Hey.
We did it good that time.
We did.
Today, we're going to talk about... Stop eating those! Those are mine!
I haven't had any.
What are you eating then?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There was one on the counter.
Whatever.
We're going to talk about what people think sobriety looks like versus what it actually is and what it looks like. So
when I tell people I'm sober, they usually are like, not so much like in LA, I feel like when I was in college and I told people I was sober, like they were like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like they thought like there was like a medical issue or like I was sober for like some like reason. Actually, not that long ago, we were celebrating something. This guy was like, okay, like we're all going out, blah, blah, blah. And then he looks and he's like, oh, except for you. And I looked at him and I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you like don't drink. And I was like, I'm sober, I'm not dead. He couldn't understand that I could still go to bars and like go out sober. I think people just think being sober is like sit on my couch and I watch TV and like I just like go to meetings and I only talk to sober people and I don't interact in the real world. Not everybody, but like I feel like there is a strong feeling or a strong sentiment that that's what sobriety is like. That is boring.
I definitely have had a similar experience to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at a salon when my first salon, I think I was like 26, and I worked with a bunch of young girls. We would party, we would all hang out sometimes. I would always drive myself so I could leave early if I had to or felt uncomfortable. That's always been my go-to. I always drive myself.
I always drive.
Always. I remember once I was hanging out with all of them and like one of the girls was like, you'd be so fun if you drink. And I was like, I'm an alcoholic.
But like drinking is like the only thing that makes you fun. You can't be fun without it.
I was
That's so
like,
weird.
What are you trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
I'm an interesting person.
I think you're very fun.
I know.
And I've never seen you drunk.
I know. Right? Yeah. But I also had that experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like people just assume that I just work a lot, meetings, sit at home, and don't do a whole lot, which is sometimes true, and sometimes I need that. But for me, at least, getting sober turned the switch on.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to even, like, put into words, like, what...
My life is so much more full now. I feel like it was so much more limited before. You should have seen it in my active alcoholism addiction. I did the same damn thing every day. I used and I drank and then I passed out. That was boring. People would say to me, that actually reminded me, like, it was like, oh, you're so lame now. You don't use anymore. You don't drink anymore. You're so lame now. And I was like, I actually, one would argue, I'm less lame now. But that was just a personal opinion.
I think he's eating more of your chocolate.
Adrian, stop eating my chocolate.
I'm not eating your chocolate.
I also saw my Skinny Pop in the oven. Why do you put... They hide stuff from themselves. They know where it is.
Out of sight, out of mind.
No. That's so...
I don't do it. Adrian does it. And I actually